Alrighty, you guys, I want to show you my garden right now. In the back, this is a planter box full of broccoli. If you look closely, you can see the purple tint to it. It's super high in minerals. I eat the leaves, the stalks, everything. You can see I cut one of them off right there. Usually the garden's a lot fuller, but come summer, the garden will be so packed that it's actually hard to walk through it all with all the tomatoes and everything. That's a little bit of homegrown kale. And over to the left here, we have a little bit of homegrown lettuce. I put that on veggie sandwiches. It's a little bitter, but it's super good for you. Super high in minerals. Over here we have a little bit of onions starting to sprout up, and we have a planter box full of onions. Over here in the back, that's my brother's dog Bungie, and right here is a planter box. We took a big plastic jug and made a box so that you can put different herbs and stuff in it. That was Swiss chard in the other box. And in this box we have some rainbow chard going. Look at that color. Beautiful stuff. I like to consume it steamed and raw. I'll usually run it through the juicer, but I usually steam it and cook it that way, or and eat it that way. It just tastes so much better. Over here is one of my beloved San Pedro psychedelic cactuses, legal to own in California, illegal to consume. Just having one of those in your backyard is protective without a shadow of a doubt. The elemental in that cactus. Right here we have some supplements that a friend shipped to me from a company that I have been working with lately. And this is a mushroom formula with reishi, you name it. And this is the mushroom formula. It has reishi, bladderwrack, and a few other different medicinal mushrooms. The other formula I just showed you had 9 different algae in it. Beautiful formula, full of iodine. And this is just Aphanosomnum flos aqua. Blue-green algae. I have a little bit of vegan glutamine because I just got back from a really intense bike ride. So glutamine is really good for soothing the muscles and retaining muscle mass after you work out. It's all vegan. I love glutamine. It's very good for the gut. Right here I have my Aero Latte. I suggest everyone get one of these. It makes stirring powders into water so much easier. I love that tool. I use it every day multiple times. Highly suggest getting one. They used to be cheap, like $6, but now they're like 25, but still a very good investment. Got my Farberware electric kettle, bringing it up to a boil here. I'm going to make some tension tamer tea and some rooibos. I have a bag of tension tamer here in this big mug. I'm going to fill it about halfway when the water's done boiling. But rooibos is a beautiful blend, or this rooibos tea is a blend of vanilla bean added to the rooibos. Celestial Seasonings, the tea I'm using, not the best quality company, but the teas, they were cheap, they were on sale, so I figured, what the hell. This is my leftover dinner that I'm going to add some more eggplant to in a minute. I'm going to show you guys how to make it. This is Thai peanut eggplant with garlic. I got 2 of these giant eggplants at the market down the street for $3, so I figured I'd make some eggplant. And we have the water coming to a boil now. I'm going to turn that off and let the bubbles subside before I dump it over my tea. And right here, you guys, I have about an ounce of Calea zacatichichi, also known as the Mexican dream herb. I drank some last night. It does indeed produce very vivid dreams, often somewhat frightening, but what an interesting journey experimenting with Calea zacatichichi. Put that off to the side. And my water's ready. The bubbles are gone. I'm going to dump that over my tension tamer tea. I'm going to let that steep for probably 15 minutes before I remove the bag. That has eleuthero in it, a lot of different calming herbs like hops. And I'm going to put 4 bags of the Celestial Seasonings Rooibos Madagascar Vanilla Rooibos. It's a combination of rooibos and vanilla bean. And I'm going to stir that up a little and let the pigment start leaching into the hot water. I'm going to let that steep for probably an hour. And I cut my eggplant into spears, you guys. And eggplant's one of my favorite foods. I love purple foods. And I'm going to cut these spears into 1.5 to 2 inch pieces. I'll show you guys in a minute. And I've cut them into little chunks. And I'm going to put that all into a steamer and steam it for probably 20 to 25 minutes until they're tender. put a little distilled water into my little pan here that I'm going to steam my eggplant in. I'm going to put the steamer tray on top. And I'm going to throw the eggplant chunks in. I should have used a bigger steamer, but I made it work. I kind of just packed all the eggplant down. It would have cooked a little bit quicker and a little bit better, more efficiently and effectively if I wouldn't have cramped it in so much, but it is what it is. It worked, got the job done, so what the hell. Going to continue packing the eggplant chunks into the steamer. Almost done. And voila, there we have it. You essentially want to cook the stuff till it's lightly brown and it's tender, so you can just stick a fork through it and it goes through it easily. That's how you know it's done. I'm going to shake my tension tamer tea up a little bit. That way I know all the herbs are saturating all the hot water. There's Donkey, just hanging out with me while I cook. And I'm going to chop up 2 cloves of garlic here. Essentially, you guys should probably only use 1. I kind of over-garliced it. It's going to taste better if you don't use it raw, like I am in this recipe. However, raw garlic is more medicinal than cooked garlic. It's a great blood cleanser and anti-parasitic, so I'm going to leave it raw. But yeah, this was a little too much garlic. It was rather intense, the end product. But I'm going to remove the shell of the garlic, and I'm just going to chop it up really quick into little pieces with a big knife. I got to use big knives because my hands are big. And I'm just doing this on a little plastic cutting board on the counter. It's going to chop it up really good. You can also add a pinch of Himalayan salt to this, and it'll help you cut it up quicker. It helps with the grinding process. But I'm just going to cut that up really fine, super quick. And I'm going to be adding some vegan peanut sauce that I got from Sprouts Farmers Market. I also added 4 drops of Dr. Kassar's fulvic acid to the peanut sauce to add some minerals back to it. And here we go. I added some fulvic to both of these formulas. I'm going to be using 2 different vegan peanut sauces. I'm going to add 2 tablespoons, you guys, a mixture of both of these. So these are remineralized. Got magnesium in there and fulvic acid. Just going to shake it up really good. And I'm going to add this stuff that I'm cooking to last night's dish. And last night's dish had about as much garlic as I'm adding now, so I just way over garlicked it, but I still thought it was delicious. I have a 2 tablespoon measuring spoon here. I'm going to add a little bit of that and a little bit of the other one. This is how I like to eat. Although it was really garlicky, I could feel the effects on the garlic on my circulatory system. It has a lot of anti-cancerous properties in it, constituents, and it's good for cleansing and thinning the blood. It's good for high blood pressure. Raw garlic, when you cook it, it loses a lot of its medicinal properties, you guys, and it's just not, it's nowhere near as medicinal as what I'm getting at. That's what it's like with most foods once you cook them. It loses its enzymes. I'm going to stir that in really good to the leftover eggplant that I'm going to add the cooked eggplant to. And this is what it looks like when it's done. I should have zoomed in, but I didn't. What you want to do is you want to make sure, if you're going to make this, that you strain all the water out. Otherwise, when you add it to your peanut sauce, it's just going to become really watery, and it takes away from a lot of the flavor. So what I like to do is I like to lightly push on this stuff with a spoon through the strainer so the water gets strained out. And I also added probably 7 cherry tomatoes from the store to add a little bit of variety. And once this is done, I'm going to add, or right now I'm going to add a few drops of Dr. Kassar's magnesium. I'm going to stir it all together. And there you have it, you guys. Delicious eggplant. Eggplant's one of my staples. I love the kind of squishy texture with the firmness of the purple skin. I love eggplant. I eat it throughout the year often. Just going to stir it all together, get all that peanut sauce in, and I'm going to let it sit for at least 5 minutes to let the flavors marry before I eat it. This tastes much better warm than cold, so I like to eat it hot. Are you guys interested in the Sacred Serpent YouTube channel? Do you want more bonus content that you will never find here publicly? If so, go over to www.patreon.com/Sacred Serpent and check out my Patreon page. For $5 a month, you get anywhere from 2 to 6 hours or more of bonus video content that you will never find here on the public YouTube channel. You will also gain access to a community section where you can ask me questions and receive prompt replies. You can talk amongst other patrons, and I'm also doing a lot of posting in regards to what I'm eating. I'm posting recipes, exercises, all sorts of stuff. So it's a really fun outlet. And again, if you guys are interested in my channel and you do indeed want more content, donkey, go over again to www.patreon.com/Sacred Serpent. Peace be with you.